Lincoln has been absent from the full-size luxury car market for quite some time. The Continental was a well-known nameplate that hasn't been seen since the new millennium came around. However, with the return of the Continental, Lincoln is looking to make this car much more competitive than it once was. So, let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2017 Lincoln Continental. Now, I remember when the Continental used to be an old grandpa floaty boaty kind of car. However, this Continental we have here is a much different kind of vehicle. It's much more aggressive looking and sporty, and I love the new look that Lincoln has, especially with the front grille. And I love how Lincoln has their own unique design language and isn't trying to copy anybody else. Now, it takes many design cues from the smaller brother, the Lincoln MKZ, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a fairly good looking vehicle. Alright, now stepping on inside of the Continental here, get rid of whatever you thought about Lincoln in the past of having shoddy interiors. I mean, this interior of the Continental is just drop dead gorgeous. Beautifully designed. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And what you're hearing there is a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 engine. You have a full leather wrap steering wheel.
Out of the place.
Coming to your transmission, you have a push button gear selector, which it may take a little bit of time to get used to, but when you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines and trajectory. And you also do have a sports mode. You can shift the vehicle manually via the paddle shifters, and it is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the Continental here. All windows are fully automatic. Let's go and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot detection. Now, the new Continental here is supposed to represent of what Lincoln has of their best in terms of luxury, comfort, and technology. And it's their new flagship sedan. You have 20-inch alloy wheels. Coming up front here, we have high-intensity discharge headlights with LED daytime running lights. And down below, you will find LED fog lights, as well as front parking sensors. Now, the Continental here essentially comes with 3 different powertrains. Your base powertrain is going to be a 3.7 liter V6. Then you have what we have here is the 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, and then you also do have a 3 liter turbocharged V6 too. And that's the powertrain that produces a whopping 400 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. But our 2.7 liter V6, turbocharged V6, has 335 horsepower at 5,700 RPM and 380 pound-feet of torque at 3,500 RPM, with EPA estimates being an okay 18 in the city and 27 on the highway. Now, I certainly recommend going for the 3 liter turbocharged V6 if you want a whole lot of power, but this 2.7 liter turbocharged V6 should satisfy most consumers here. The 3.7 liter V6 can feel a little anemic at times, however. Now, probably the Lincoln Continental's main direct competitor is the Cadillac CT6. However, the Continental is in between the mid-size and the full-size luxury car market, so it has many different competitors that you could look at. Final assembly point for this vehicle, I'm glad to see this, is in Michigan, but it's not in Detroit, but at least it's still in America. Coming to the rear of the Continental, we have LED taillights with LED turn signal indicators, rear parking sensors, dual exhaust tips. It's kind of retro in its design language, especially when you get to the rear. EPA estimates, like I said, 18 city, 27 highway. Government 5-star safety ratings, hasn't been rated yet, and total vehicle price you're looking at $54,780. What's also unique is that you have a push button to get out of the vehicle to open the door inside. It's not a regular door handle. Pretty unique though. You also do have your power windows, mirrors, and your power door locks. Now the interior is pretty well built, and there's plenty of soft touch materials inside of here. And what I was also surprised about is that the lower portion right here of the door panel is soft touch, and then it's also lined with felt inside of here. And up on the dashboard, it's all soft touch too, and you'll find stitching, which is nice. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking interior with pretty good build quality and materials. Pretty impressed. And this is nothing like how you'll find in the Lincoln's past. Coming to the steering wheel design, love it. It's very stylish. You have wood down here, and then you also do have chrome, which gives it a little bit more contrast. But coming over here, we do have your cruise control, and then we also do have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then you'll find your Bluetooth phone controls right here, as well as your voice recognition. It also does power tilt and telescope with a decent range of adjustment here. Auto dimming rear view mirror, map lights, which are LEDs, sunglass container, and right there you also do have your garage home link. And you have a full-on panoramic sunroof, which pretty much covers the whole roof. It's quite large. Certainly gives the cabin a much more open, airy feel. Now you do have 30-way adjustable front passenger seats that are also very comfortable and really supportive. And thigh support is excellent inside of here too. I would certainly take a long road trip in this vehicle. And I love how it's supportive, but the seats aren't firm. They hold you in place fairly well, but they're also really plush at the same time, which is nice. Very comfortable seats, love them. Down here you'll also find a little storage cubby, 2 USB charging ports, and a 12-volt power outlet. Lots of wood grain going on inside of this interior too, which I like. And then you do have dual cup holders with ambient lighting around them. And the center console could be a little bit bigger, but you do have a 12-volt power outlet right there. But very high quality, it's lined with felt and everything. Here goes the glove box compartment. Down here we also do have dual zone automatic climate control. You have your fan speeds right in the center with the dial, and then you have your temperatures too with the little toggle switch. And then you have your recycling mode, and then your 3-staged heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. Coming to the gauges and the TFT instrument cluster here, it's a beautiful looking display, and it displays pretty much everything that you'll need to know, such as what gear you're in, your fuel gauge, and then it also displays what song is playing up there, and then your audio source. It also has your fuel range, and up there, exterior temperature readout, your digital clock, and your direction of travel. And you can display different things, such as your info for your fuel economy, and then your tire pressure, your trip information, and then you could change your audio source from here too, which is cool. Then you have your digital speedometer. Then you can change different settings from the traction control. You can turn that on or off. Your driver assistance, like the blind spot detection and the rear cross traffic alert. And you have your advanced settings. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking setup, fairly easy to use. It's controlled by these buttons on the steering wheel here if you want to display different things on here. But overall, love it. Coming to the main head unit and the infotainment system, this is the Lincoln Sync 3. It's a great infotainment system. It's intuitive, easy to use, and responsive. Coming to your different audio sources, we do have all of the norm here, including AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio, your CD player with your optical disc drive, Bluetooth streaming audio, and your auxiliary input. All of the norm there. And you can also control your climate functions from here if you don't want to do it by the buttons down below. Up here, it'll also display your digital clock as well as your exterior temperature readout. You also do have onboard Wi-Fi on this vehicle. Coming to your navigation system, the map quality is pretty good, not too shabby. Does display live traffic as well as your points of interest, all that good stuff. Then you have your Bluetooth phone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone. You also do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability inside of here. Sirius Travel Link. And coming to your settings, many different settings that you can change, including your vehicle settings, your ambient interior lighting. You can change the color. Pretty cool. Vehicle settings, you could change the door keypad code, the camera, roadside assistance, and then the display, sound settings, treble, mid-range, and your bass, Bluetooth settings, hook up your Bluetooth phone, delete phones if you would like, then your Sirius satellite radio settings. Overall, this is one of the best infotainment systems in the business, as it's just really easy to figure out. And you also do have your automatic brake hold feature. Nice little feature to have. Now, as far as the way the Continental drives, now this isn't really going to be a sporty vehicle to drive, despite it being more aggressive. And now, as far as the way the Continental drives, now despite this vehicle being a little bit sportier looking, a little bit more aggressive too than how it was in the past, it doesn't really drive the way it looks. Now, it's how a Lincoln has always been, a very comfortable and a soothing kind of vehicle. It's a luxury highway cruiser. It's very quiet inside, and if you're looking for a smooth and comfortable ride, the Continental here certainly delivers on that. And if you're looking for a little bit of fun, you possibly can have a little bit of excitement inside of this vehicle with the 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine. However, the handling of this vehicle really isn't well suited for driving enthusiasts. It can feel a little vague at times, but you can feel for where this vehicle is trying to go. But even in the different driving modes, it doesn't really change the steering a whole lot. I mean, this vehicle, is more of a luxury barge. It's supposed to be, glide down the highway. It's not really supposed to go around corners, like a sports car or anything like that. But if you're looking for a smooth and a very comfortable ride, the Continental certainly delivers. I will say that it is a little better handling than the Cadillac CT6, however. All right, and let's go ahead and shut down the Continental. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Materials and build quality do follow through in the rear, which is good. And you also do have rear adjustable headrest back here. Now, sitting back here in the Continental certainly has pretty comfortable rear seat accommodations. There's plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom too. And you will find dual map pockets, rear air vents, and then you also do have a USB charging port as well as a 110 volt power outlet. And then you also do have your rear center armrest with a storage compartment and cup holders. Very nice. The seats back here are also really comfortable too, just like the front ones. Plenty of thigh support and fairly plush, but supportive. Really nice. And I really do love the panoramic sunroof. All right. Powered front passenger seat. It's a decent amount of trunk space. It can be a little bit better for sure, however. The rear seats also do fold down, 60-40 split. And you have your spare tire. Love the power trunk lid too. So with its comfortable, well-built interior, its pretty potent powertrains, and its unique styling inside and out, the 2017 Lincoln Continental is a pretty good effort from the Lincoln brand. However, it is lacking a little bit of driver engagement and driving excitement, but this shouldn't be a huge problem for the Continental. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.